Yes, I'm back, man. This is Reladon, your neighborhood jailhouse lawyer. Now, I told y'all it was a struggle period for me to dig in myself and actually come to grips with doing this, but I knew it had to be done. So today, I'm going to talk about pretrial. And in pretrial, the most aspect that's important to your pretrial is your pretrial motions, which are called suppression motions. And every state has their own motions. Like New York has Dunaway, Wade, you know what I'm saying? Illinois versus Gates is in Illinois is because of probable cause. And the biggest thing is probable cause because in order for police to even mother you or even pull you over, you have rights, and those rights is offended. It's like if police step out of there, you gotta look at it like this: when police come and approach you, they have to have reason to approach you, meaning that they have things called the BOLO reports, be on the lookout reports, which is from the dispatcher 911 calls. So police just cannot pull up on you unless you're doing something in public that's illegal. So when you first get arrested, even if you're committing a crime, what happens is it triggers your constitutional rights, which is usually the Fourth Amendment, which is probable cause, and the right to seizure, searches and seizures, and then it's the Fifth, which is called due process. You know what I'm saying? Then they got the Sixth. All these come, they all just start activated as soon as police they touch you. The problem is that everybody believes into lawyers. And now in today, it's not like back in the days when you had lawyers that went to school to really become criminal justice lawyers and beat cases. Now it's more like slavery. The prison system is more like a slavery thing. So the more numbers they get, the more money they get. So in that aspect, when you're trying to get a lawyer, they are not really defending your constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? They actually working with the system to keep the system running smooth. You know what I mean? They don't never fight back. So the reason why I say pretrial motions are so important, a lot of people are put in situations where they catch a new charge, and if you notice, they always come at you with waivers. And a waiver is for you to waive your rights. Now let's ask, now why would in America where we have the constitutional rights, we have rights that protects us as Americans, why would we waive these rights? You should never feel comfortable with waiving anything. Like fuck waving goodbye, fuck even writing, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to lose you in no concept. Never sign a waiver. Every state has a waiver form. When you get arrested, they come with these waivers. They ask you to waive your rights because if it's like, a bad bitch that you want to fuck, you want to come at her and be like, yo, listen, man, throw all your inhibitions out the window. I'm going to fuck in your ass and your mouth. You have to waive these rights. And that's why the courts is doing that to you. The courts is coming to you and they saying, look, brother, you know what I'm saying? Waive these rights so we can fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because once you waive them rights, you are fucked. That's why courts always ask you, did you knowingly and intelligently do this? If you notice that the words knowingly and intelligently made this decision. But all of it is based on intimidation and persuasiveness. Because if you're in a cell, you want to get home to your family, to your loved ones, to your home, to your car. You're ready to sign anything to get the fuck out. But you have to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And most of us don't know our constitutional rights. So pretrial motions is the most important aspect. Even for all the brothers you know who blew trial. If you go back and you look at your lawyer, did your lawyer file a suppression motion? Did your lawyer challenge the arrest? These are the most important aspects to any time anything ever happens to you inside this court system. You have to protect your rights. Most of us don't know our rights. And our rights is the Bill of Rights, the first 10 of the Constitution. Some of them you can't, some of them is not even worth using. You know what I mean? It's the main ones is definitely the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I use the eighth because the eighth is excessive fines and bail. Everybody has a right to bail. So in this pretrial aspect, it's so much that you have to get initiated before you even think about bailing out, before you even thinking about, copping out. You know what I'm saying? You have to, just because you got caught with something doesn't mean you're red-handedly wrong. See, police, when they move on you, this is what I'm trying to teach. When they move on you, they trigger Constitution, and police don't even know the Constitution. The average cop don't know the Constitution. So when these things are triggered, when you get pulled over or when police come into you and give you attention, you know what I'm saying? We don't even understand that the Fifth Amendment of due process, you know what I'm saying, protects us from self-incrimination where we don't even have to talk. We don't even have to speak to them. So police come to you and say, look, I'm not talking to you. I don't, you know what I mean? I have my right, my Fifth Amendment rights. I don't I'm just not going to speak to you. They can't do nothing. And you understand, they use information to build cases. You know what I mean? So a lot of brothers are going to trial, getting caught in the case, and they paying for lawyers, and their lawyers is not filing any suppression motions. And suppression motions is to suppress statements when somebody give a confession, you know what I mean? Or to challenge a statement. Like, there's sometimes in some cases when somebody is alleging that you did something to them, they have to write a statement. You can challenge that statement. You can challenge the grand jury. You know, some states, they got the 48, the rule 48. You know what I'm saying? 48 hours, they have to prosecute you. First, they got to take you to a grand jury. You know what I'm saying? Or lead you to the grand jury. So a judge has to look at the police report and make a decision if they're going to even push you. You know what I'm saying? To the grand jury. You know what I'm saying? So it's layers to every aspect of it. And if you don't challenge the layers, then you just get, that's why they ask you to waive. Because if you waive this right, then you go in front of the courts. You just get pushed in front of the courts. Now you're in the danger zone. So whatever they have, that means the grand jury has agreed. You waived your rights. They didn't even have to look at it. The district attorney, all you got to do is come to you and offer you some time. And this is why majority of the brothers that go to prison is in prison, because they waive their rights. A lot of them waive their rights. I'm like, waiving your rights is basically like just rolling over and playing dead. Basically, you just like, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? So your pretrial is the most important aspect to it. And there's so many different elements to it that in any case you can attack. You're never fucked up. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand it. You're never in a situation where you fucked up. Even if you confessed to yourself and you wrote a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always could challenge these things through pretrial. And there's 1,000 case laws, you know what I'm saying, that you can use if you research. And that's another aspect of it. Nobody's going to fight your case as hard as you're going to fight yours. Nobody. You know what I mean? You have to take credit for that. You know what I mean? To get credit for it, you have to take credit for it. You have to put work in it to gain that credit. Meaning you have to research. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I tell people all the time, you know what I mean? The only way you can reverse a conviction is if you study all the flaws that was done for you, going to your constitutional rights, going to the statutes of the state you in. Because every state has statutes. And you got to read that letter of the law and follow that. And guess what? If they didn't follow that, that reverses the conviction. Because if you go to a jury trial, right, and the jury is just listening to the facts of the case, when they convict you, it becomes a fact. It becomes factual. That's the most hardest element. You got to remember, you're innocent to proven guilty. Most of us don't really realize that. It's a saying, but it's actually true. Like, you are innocent through all times, through the first processes of you going to court. You know what I'm saying? So you're not guilty yet. It's just alleged. You know what I mean? And if you get indicted, you can challenge that indictment. But if you don't never challenge these things, it won't be preserved. It won't be preserved on record. That's why they got the stenographer inside the court who's always writing and jotting down what you're saying and what the judge is saying and what the lawyers are saying, because this is the court of record. So if you could put this on record, which I got to break down on a whole nother aspect, if you could put this on record, it protects you for the future, because it's on record, then it's always going to be preserved for argument on appeal. You know what I mean? You have to let them know. You know what I mean? I preserved this argument for appeal on the record. You know what I'm saying? That way the judge know that you're going to go to the higher courts, because every court has a process to it. It's a hierarchy. Different courts, they got the lower court, they got the superior court, they got the Supreme Court, they got the United States Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? So these are the stages you can appeal with all the way up. You know what I mean? And this is some real important shit here that I'm breaking down. And, you know, I'm doing it off my head, which in time I should just do it off manuals and kind of like give the education to a point where you really can get it. But right now, I said, yo, man, I be so many cases being pro se that I said, yo, I got to give back. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the easiest thing I could say is the pretrial. You know what I mean? Like, pretrial is so important, man. They got 6 months to take you to court, 180 days to get you in court. If they don't take you in court in 180 days, they got to let you out on dollar bill, meaning that they got to let you out. In 12 months, they got to dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? That's called speedy trial. It's a speedy trial rule. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the Sixth Amendment. All the rules that deal with trial goes under Sixth Amendment, like ineffective assistance of counsel, you know what I'm saying, speedy trial. These are all Sixth Amendment issues. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a due process for you to even go to trial. And when you go to trial, all these procedures have to be done a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So, as we go on with this and as we build the pieces I throw up, hopefully that you're able to take it, you know what I'm saying, and move on, and at least lock it in your brain so if you ever do get in a situation, you understand how it works. That pre-trial is the negotiation aspects, but that shit attack where you could attack also. It's not just you being attacked. You know what I'm saying? So when you catch that case, you always gotta look at your constitutional rights and see if they infringed on them. You know what I'm saying? And if you could find infringement on your constitution, then it flips the tables. Then that's when they want to come at you and say dismissal. That's when they come at you and say, yo, man, why don't you take this time served, man? Because at the end of the day, you caught them doing wrong. It's not always about you and what you do. Remember, we have rights as Americans. So if you push up on me, you gotta go by the rules. You're getting paid by this. You know what I'm saying? Police get paid. You know what I'm saying? This is their careers. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking a job they worked for 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that they don't even know the Constitution. You're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? We taxpayer paying you. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be protecting the taxpayer. But then we become in a situation where we being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just trying to do this the best way I could. You know what I mean? And the next time I get on here, I'm gonna try to break down some case law. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get better at this. You know what I'm saying? But I promise I'm gonna keep doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. One.